Well, you guys, guess what? I survived. Yet again, I have survived another convention. And not just any convention. Oh, no. Not just any convention. DragonCon. One of the most amazing pop culture conventions in the continental United States. You've never heard of DragonCon? Oh, well, I'll tell you about it. You've been? Well, let me tell you what I saw. Alright, so, badge is ready, brain is ready, mouth is ready, heart is ready, so... I'm so stupid. Get ready. Hey everybody, it's your boy Montel. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day, week, month, year, millennium. Hopefully you've had a fantastic summer. You guys had a chance to have fun. The summer is pretty much done. We're about to go into the autumn, which I love because I am a sweater, hoodie, and jacket guy. So I'm ready to rock it. Ready to put my hoodies on because upcoming conventions are coming up later in the year. It's going to be chilly. So if you are going out and you're going to conventions, please make sure you bundle up. But I wanted to hit you guys up because I wanted to talk about my previous travels to DragonCon. That's right. I went to DragonCon. Yes. But before I do, I want to say thank you guys for joining me. Please don't forget to hit me up on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please share. I really love it when you guys share because that brings people to my corner and they see that I'm serious about what I'm doing and I love what I do. Although I'm stretched things out a bit, I've had to deal with things with life, but I'm trying to get back on track. And I've got some exciting news I want to share with you guys also. And of course, like my videos, please. Yeah, something different. What can I say? And I'm looking a little rough because I had to shave all my hair off of my face for my cosplays because I was at DragonCon. But before I get on with the video, I just want to tell you guys, finally launched my second channel, and it is dedicated to my podcast, which is called Blerdicorns Speaks. And it's with my friend Angie of Miss Angie Eats on Instagram, and she and I are middle-aged blerds, and we're just going to talk about everything involving everything he can nerd, games and comics and movies and TV and all kinds of stuff, even cosplay and conventions and things that affect our communities as a whole, especially since we are nerds of color, blerds of course, and how it affects us and just our passions. And I enjoy doing that. I just uploaded the first episode to our channel, which is called Intros and Banter. Give you an idea what we're all about and see where our journey is going to take us. Please go over to that channel. It's called Blerdicorns Speaks. Episode 1 is up. Please make comments. Tell us what you think. If you want to make a suggestion, please do that. Don't be disrespectful. It's the only thing I ask. Don't be disrespectful, okay? So this past Labor Day weekend, I had the opportunity to go to DragonCon for the 6th or 7th time. I gotta get my badges around here and remember. I'm really bad at remembering how many times I've gone because every year has had an impact on me, and this year was no different. Now, y'all remember how I was describing last year when we had the Black Geek shoot and Christine Adams from Black Lightning showed up, and oh my goodness, standing next to her was everything. Well, this year was just as awesome because we had a visit from Black Entertainment Television. BET came to our shoot, and I'll tell you, the people who came out to this shoot, we literally seen this group grow every single year exponentially, and this year was no joke. It was beautiful to see everybody come together. Now, a lot of you are probably asking me, Montel, what is DragonCon? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. DragonCon is a pop culture event that was created by fans for fans of all fandoms, and it happens at Labor Day weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. It literally takes place downtown Atlanta, and it's focused in 5 of the hotels downtown: the Sheraton, the Hilton, the Hyatt, the Marriott, and the Westin. We also have gaming going on in the mall, and the vendors room is in the mall. Now, mind you, vendors is 4 floors. That's a lot. It's probably one of the biggest vendor rooms I've ever seen. And gaming actually happens on 2 floors also. There was a Japanese and American arcade. Also, there was tabletop, board gaming, card gaming. Oh, it was so wonderful. It was phenomenal. And what I really like about DragonCon, I never really got to expound on this, is the fact that DragonCon focuses on the specific fandoms, and each fandom has a program track. And in each track, you have different panels that focus on subjects involved in that particular track. If you want to be a writer, there is a programming track for writers. If you want to be a voice actor, there is a voice acting program track. If you're interested in anything having to do with British TV or Britain as a whole, there's even a track for that. And this year, I had the chance to check out a couple of panels from the diversity track, which was really amazing. But it's the vibe of this convention that really draws me in, because you see people on TV going to the music award shows and the movies award shows, and you see they step out in their finest and they're on that red carpet and everything. To me, DragonCon is the Academy Awards of cosplay, because when I tell you people put their effort and their heart into these costumes, simple to complicated, they're freaking mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. And I was honored to be a part of DragonCon this year. And like I said, I was a part of the Black Geeks of DragonCon. Sorry, I've got so many thoughts in my head right now. It's exciting to talk about a convention that doesn't worry about where you came from and who you are. It focuses on what you love and other people around you who love the same things. And of course, there's always a lot of partying going on, and this is people's opportunities to let their hair down and cut loose. So it's fantastic. My favorite aspect of this whole convention, and that's saying a lot, is the Black Geeks photo shoot, which happens every Sunday at the Hilton. And what I love about this is people come together who may have never even met each other before, or people who've seen each other for years. It's always a reunion. It's similar in scope as far as the vibe as Blerdicorns, and you know how I feel about Blerdicorns. So we gathered together, and it was so awesome. They even had cards this year we could pass out and say, okay, the Black Geeks photo shoot is on Sunday. It starts at this time. And people came together, and oh my goodness, the costumes were unbelievable. I got to see the Wakanda photo shoot, which was phenomenal. Even saw the princess's photo shoot, and it was just as amazing as well. They had the Marvel and DC shoots, but it's the Black Geek shoot that I always love, because to me, that's family coming together. We literally come together, we see each other, we update each other on our lives, and just admire our costumes. For some people, it's their first time. For folks like me, I think it's the fifth or sixth time, I believe. And what's cool is they gave me a commemorative coin. My man Channing Sherman, who helped get Black Geeks of DragonCon started and has welcomed me with open arms, and all my fam and everything, they gave us these commemorative coins. Now, only a handful of people got these, but this, I love this. This really made it for me, because that let me know that I was a part of something meaningful. And you guys know how I feel about anything involving cosplayers of color and blurs and geeks of color as a whole. And it's not just restricted to black folks. We have people from every walk of life. When I tell you people came to show out, they showed out. And I always invite people to come check this convention out. They do offer, I think it's the only con I know that it's literally a 5-day convention. It starts on Thursday and it goes till Monday. So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So it's 5 days. And they offer a cornucopia of different things. You have the vendors room, you have the art show, you have the Walk of Fame, where you can actually meet celebrities, take pictures with them. They have a place where you can do photo ops. You go to the different panels on different subject matters can splay it every direction, and programming goes long into the night, which is another thing that I love about this convention. And you guys already know that I'm a fan of conventions that offer nighttime programming. I know certain conventions don't always have that level of latitude depending on the venue, but with the hotels, it actually offers a level of freedom for us. And I love that. I really, really love that. So I'm always proud to get this badge, and I got the little flag stickers along the way too, which was really awesome. Of course, the Black Geeks of DragonCon, that will always hold favorite. And Excelsior, of course, in honor of Stan Lee, who we ended up losing. And it was just the overall mood for this convention is really hard to describe, but once you slide into it, it's so comfortable. And I love their app. Their app is phenomenal. You can do a lot of things with it, including find friends. You can set up your schedule, even set up alerts just to remind you when panels go on. Of course, like all panels, if it's popular, there's going to be a line, so you have to plan accordingly. The guides themselves, I always get the guides because the guides are beautiful. You have your souvenir guide, which is always wonderful. There's so much in here. You get the chance to see artists ply their trade and show you what they can do. And you got the quick guide, which even though it's smaller and it's simple, it still is a wonderful thing to have. And before the convention starts, they always send out the progress reports, which I love these. This gives you an idea of what to expect, even gives you the ground rules and what some of the rules are in evolving other aspects, whether it's cosplay, conduct, weapons check, things like that. This is always good for people who have never, ever been a part of it. Now, I always wait till the last minute to get my badge, simply because I have more fun standing in line and talking to people, and I always meet new people. But this year was interesting because everybody who pre-ordered their badge had to stand in this long line that went around the hotel at the Sheraton, which is where you do your registration. And I was like, please tell me that's not for people coming to purchase today. And we went, oh no, that's for all the pre-orders. And that line went around the hotel. It went quick, but it still went around the hotel. Holy Moses. And the line for people to come buy ours, I was in and out in less than 4.5 minutes. It was a record. Even had time to fix my tag on my badge. I didn't get to do as much this year, but I always encourage people to come check it out and plan ahead. Please plan ahead. The 5 hotels that hosted, the host hotels, they will offer rooms eventually. So you have to stay on top of that because it will get crazy. The rooms are not cheap. And if you have that kind of funding behind you, or you have a group of people that want to go in with you on a room, that's great. I personally prefer finding some place where I can get away, because as much as I like to immerse myself in the convention, I also like to take the time to enjoy my quiet, to wind down, to peacefully deflate, so that way I can get myself mentally and physically prepared for the next day. There are people who can go from Thursday to Sunday without fail. Those are the real MVPs, but I also think they might have been born as stuntmen, because good grief. And it was going around the clock. Music and dancing and drinking and cosplays and programming and partying and conversations. And that's the main thing I really enjoyed this year. I got in some of the most in-depth and revealing conversations about our fandoms and our interests and our passions with different people. And that's another thing I loved about this convention is that you could be engaged in a conversation with someone that you know, and then you bring in 3 or 4 people that you've never met before. I had the opportunity to sit down with a couple of my cosplaying friends, Deafmus, who is a fantastic cosplayer, and Nasir, another cat who I really enjoy these guys. If you guys are checking this out, major shout outs to y'all, because our conversation was off the chain, on point. Okay, on point, off. I'll get it straight. Sorry. When I get to talking, I get excited. So while we were chatting, there was a couple sitting across from us, and they were enjoying our conversation and our banter, and that's something I really enjoy. And they got involved because we talked about something they were interested in. And, you gladly are welcome into the conversation. That was their first DragonCon. And they were hooked, overwhelmed, blown away. And they said, well, they'll definitely recommend this to other people. And that's what it's all about. Word of mouth advertising for something like this is way better than print, commercials, social media, because people will ignore. But when you hear from someone that's actually been there, it says a lot. It says an awful lot. And I enjoyed myself. And DragonCon this year was no joke. And yes, I survived. I got a little bit of con crud. A little bit. But it didn't hit me until after I left. So I still got to be my cute, sexy self. And of course, you could tell I got hair growing back. I shaved my face because I actually did the re-premiere of Zuri. And that went okay. Had a few wardrobe malfunctions, but I'm gonna get those fixed, so next year I won't have to worry about that. Patriot came out on point, and I actually had a couple of guys who saw me in my Patriot, and they are inspired to do it as well, and it made me so proud because y'all know how I feel about Patriot. Y'all all know how I feel about him. I know the history. I love the character so much, with the history and the family connections that are there. And when people saw, there was a couple of guys who saw me do it, and they said, wow, I love your Patriot. I want to do it. I said, please go for it. I would love to have other Patriots with me, and those photo shoots would be off the chain. Major shout outs to everyone who put on this convention, to the volunteers, to the presenters, to the congoers, to the attendees, to the photographers, to everyone who was a part of this fantastic event. And if you want to be a part of DragonCon, I believe next year, DragonCon, let me check my calendar because I am, I already admit that I'm old. Oops, wrong way. Yeah, I'm clicking because I want to make sure. DragonCon is going on from the 3rd to the 7th of September 2020. Right now, the badges are only $85, which is a major, major bargain. Please do that if you can. I think I'm going to go ahead and give in and actually get mine, buy mine early this year, so I don't have to worry about trying to put that together. If you are planning to go to conventions like this, if I can give the best piece of advice, start preparing early. Start putting your money to the side, taking out of your paycheck, so that way you can have that. I'm doing it starting next month, so that way when it's time for you to do my con travel, which y'all know I do Blerdicorns, San Diego, and then DragonCon, I want to make sure that I have that money to the side already. I have a financial goal. I have a plan. It's going to be going into effect, and you should do that too. Plan, prepare. It's never too early to plan and prepare, especially if you are an active and avid con-goer like myself. I only go to select ones, but I'm always open to go to new ones. But it's still the same thing, just like any with DragonCon this year. You always got to plan. If you can get your hotel set up early, do it. If you can get your cosplays prepared before then, do it. If you can put your money to the side, by all means, start budgeting, start planning. Because when you get there, it's too late to do anything. But I enjoy this convention. Please check it out. Go on the website www.dragoncon.com or .org. I always get those messed up. Let me see what the planner says, because that way I can make sure you guys are good to go. It is .org. Okay. It is www.dragoncon.org. That's where you can buy your badge. You can also see the highlights from this year and prepare yourself, because DragonCon is the only convention that I know of that has a parade. They have it every Saturday. It is huge. Downtown Atlanta blows up with color and pageantry and creativity and everything. So please come check us out. Please come out and join us. If you are a blerd, if you are a cosplayer of color, if you're a black cosplayer, if you're a cosplayer period, if you're a geek, nerd, blerd, whatever, come check this out. Even if you only go for one day, and they do offer single day badges, you won't regret this. I guarantee you will not regret this, okay? Thank you so much for checking me out, guys. I'm sorry I'm a little long-winded, but you know, once I get talking about something that I enjoy, it's so easy to get caught up in that. So please check that out. Please take the little bit of advice I have. Please, if you get a chance, go to Blerdicorns Speaks and check out our first episode. I'm going to be uploading another episode this week. Gotta do the editing. You know, that's not an easy thing, though I enjoy it. And I would love for you guys to be a part of that. It's going to be so wonderful. And if you see me there or at any convention, don't be afraid to come say hello. I would love that, okay? I would love that so much. Oh my gosh, I would so adore that, okay? Thank you for checking me out. Please don't forget to hit me up on social media. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment on my videos. I greatly appreciate all the love to my over 320 subscribers, you guys. I love every last one of you. Thank you so much for keeping me humble, keeping me grounded. And as always, as I ask you beautiful people to do for me, stay nerdy, stay geeky, and if you would please so, stay sexy. Bye, guys.